Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, the Detroit Lions got to 8-8, and for a team that started 1-6, that is just so impressive. This team could finish 9-8. They could make the playoffs still. We'll let all of that take care of itself, but a great win, great team win today. Defense stepped up. Justin Fields threw for 75 yards. The offense stepped up. They rushed for a season-high 268 yards. Jared Goff did a phenomenal job today. He threw for 255 yards and 3 touchdowns. He now has the longest active streak without an interception. That's been the bread and butter. That's been what makes this Detroit Lions team so talented. They don't turn the ball over. They do not turn the ball over. So a lot of respect, a lot of love to Jared Goff and these Detroit Lions. Obviously, welcome back to the channel. We're talking the Detroit Lions today. If you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's try and get to 500 likes for today's video. Took down the Chicago Bears. We're live here in Chicago, actually. Hope you guys had a great night last night. If you did anything, wish you all the best in 2023. I got you covered with Lions content, so stay tuned for that. But just phenomenal game. And you know what? I actually want to start it off with the defense because there's this cat named James Houston, all right? And he's pretty freaking good, all right? We got it here. He had 3 sacks today. This whole team had 7 sacks. The Detroit Lions had 7 sacks today. I get it. You know, the Bears' offensive line is pretty crumbled. It's not great. It's not really even good. They now currently have given up the most sacks in the National Football League across the teams, but James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson, we knew that they lead the league in rookies with sacks, 1 and 2. James Houston made NFL history today. He had 3 sacks. Right? He also had a forced fumble against Justin Fields, that was beautiful, unbelievable. That was bang. Justin Fields had no idea what was coming. I loved that so much. James Houston has played 6 football games. All right, he has 7.5 sacks. He's played in 6 career football games. James Houston, once again, 6 career football games. 7.5 sacks. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an NFL record. So, yes, there are flaws with this defense, but you still have a lot of nice pieces. Malcolm Rodriguez, Kirby Joseph, Aiden Hutchinson, James Houston. That's just 4 young kids. That's just 4 young guys. So, they do have talent. I get the statistics. I believe they're still today. I doubt they're giving up 27 points a game. They're technically, statistically, the worst defense in the league. But they've been improving so much in the last several weeks. You know, Fields did get a little bit roughed up early on in the game. The Bears were actually winning after the first quarter. It was 10-7. I never, ever at any point in today's game thought the Chicago Bears were going to win the game. I never thought Detroit was in jeopardy of losing the game. But Justin Fields, he did have a 60-yard rush. He did finish 10 carries, 132 yards, but looks like he got banged up after their second drive. So the reason I bring that up is because Detroit gave up just an absurd amount of rushing yards last week to Carolina. It was a hiccup. Last week against Carolina was a hiccup, and it happens. I forget exactly what Dan Campbell said, but you know, some of your best work comes when you got punched in the face, essentially, paraphrased. So kind of like a reality check, if you will, I guess is what he was insinuating. But this team today was next to perfect. They pretty much were perfect outside of Justin Fields' 60-yard rush and rushing for 130 yards. 7 for 21, 75 yards, a touchdown, interception. The touchdown was on the first drive of the game. So amazing job by the Detroit Lions defense that has been steadily improving week after week after week after week ever since their 1-6 start. And to be quite honest with you, I'm really eager to see what happens in the offseason if they decide to go heavy defense. If they, maybe try and get a predecessor. I'm not even going to try that again. Jared Goff's future replacement, like late in the round. I don't know what's going to happen. Free agency in the draft, I know they're going to do some stuff on defense, and I'm excited to see what it is. All right, offensively. So Jared Goff is a franchise quarterback. He's like the dude. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that anymore. 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 133.5 rating. Jared Goff has been stellar this season. We know he's accurate, but he is not turning the ball over. He is just not turning the ball over. Jared Goff is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the National Football League, especially in the NFC. And it's nice to see him finally kind of start to get some praise. I was very surprised with, I'm here in Chicago, so I got this game on TV. I was very surprised how often they were bringing up the playoffs. That was something that I didn't really hear I guess up until last weekend. That was something that never really was being talked about. People kind of saw Detroit climb in the ranks, but I liked how much they were bringing it up today. They also gave a lot of love to Jared Goff. So it's nice to see the Lions get praise and love on a national scale. Not that you need it, but it's just cool to see them get appreciated. Now, Jamal Williams. Here's the thing. Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift have phenomenal games. Jamal broke one off for almost 60 yards right there at the end of the game as well. Jamal, 22 carries, 144 yards, got his 15th rushing touchdown of the year. DeAndre Swift, 11 carries, 78 yards, 7.1 yards per attempt, and a touchdown as well. The DeAndre Swift, I really want this guy to be a Detroit Lion, like for a very long time. I really want that to happen, and I'm very glad that I know he's dealt with so many injuries, and it's been very unfortunate, but I'm glad to see he's having a good year still. He's averaging, today he had a great game. I don't want to say the exact number of what he's averaging on the season in case it's wrong, but he's averaging a lot of yards per carry. That's kind of desperate. Let's just get it right now. Let's just figure that out. I don't like that. 5.4 headed into today was what he was averaging yards per carry. So DeAndre Swift, I hope he has a long future with this team. He also caught 4 balls, 39 yards, and a touchdown. So he's a little multifaceted. Pretty good problem to have, or not problem. It's a pretty good thing to have going on. All right, Jameson Williams. Am I tripping out? All right, whatever. Jameson Williams. Now, we know he hasn't necessarily, his snap count is slowly but surely increasing, right? Is my timing off? I swear it is off, or I'm tweaking with the way I'm talking. We'll see in the tape. Anyways, Jameson Williams had a nice 40-yard rush today. It was nice to see him get involved in the game if he's not grabbing 40-yard touchdown bombs. But I will say he should have had that touchdown, and he could have had that touchdown. But at the end of the day, it's nice to see him get loose and just adjust, acclimate to the NFL, acclimate to the NFL speed, etc., etc. Because next year, if Detroit makes the playoffs this year, which I guess is still a long shot. I think Washington's losing. I don't think it's really that much of a long shot. I believe, you guys know I'm a Cheesehead fan. I know we're winning today's game, I'll knock on wood, but I think Week 18, Lions-Packers, I think the winner of that game gets into the playoffs. So that's going to be a fun one. Regardless, it's going to be a fun one, no matter what happens, though, even if Green Bay loses today. All right, that's it for today. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for a lot more Lions content. And that is, I'm trying to think, that's really all I have. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Peace.